alaikum and welcome to Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. What does summer mean to you? Sun, sea, sections of society going out without adequate protection. And we're talking sunscreen here. But whenever I think of summer, I think of a recipe that my granny and my mother used to make, a summer pudding. To make a summer pudding, I need about 8 or 9 slices of reasonably thick white bread. Now I need some raspberries, some red currants and some black currants. And the precise quantities don't really matter, except heavy on the raspberries. So I've got 500 grams of raspberries, 150 grams of red currants and 150 grams of black currants and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Start by putting all the berries in a pan. Add in the sugar and 3 tablespoons of water, then bring it very slowly to the boil. Now there comes a point at which the fruit starts to collapse and give up its juice. Once you see that happening, simmer it gently for about another 3 or 4 minutes. After about 3 minutes there should be lots and lots of juice and the fruit should still be reasonably intact. So turn off the heat. Now cut the crusts off your slices of bread. So now I've got a pile of crustless bread and a pile of crusts. I'm not going to waste these. I'm going to put these out on a tray for a day or two, and once they've gone stale, put them in a food processor, make some breadcrumbs and freeze them. Now take your pile of bread and cut it into thirds along its longest edge. Oh, for a boiled egg right now. What I've got here is a 2 pint or 1 litre pudding basin, and I've greased the inside with a little bit of butter. And I'm going to take my soldiers and I'm going to line the pudding basin. Press the soldiers firmly against the side and overlap them just a little bit so there's no gaps for the fruit to escape. You might have to cut some of the shapes a bit just to make them fit a bit better. Make sure you seal the bottom as well. Don't be afraid to press this hard because the juice is going to make the bread expand again. My basin is completely lined with bread, so now I'm going to pour in the fruit and the juice. Then lay some strips of bread on the top. Just give it a quick trim. Now take the pudding and put it into a small dish. You'll see why in a minute. Take a plate that is smaller than the rim of the bowl, then pop on a heavy weight. Now some of the juice might start to come out, don't worry if it does. Now the whole lot, including the cast iron cat, needs to go in the fridge overnight. So here's my pudding with the weight removed. It's been in the fridge overnight. There's a bit of juice here. Lovely, and there's some juice in the bowl. I'm going to use a palette knife to just prise off the saucer very carefully. Keep the juice. Now take your palette knife and very carefully run it right round the outside of the pudding, right down to the bottom of the basin. When you've been all the way around with the palette knife very carefully, get yourself a nice big plate, put it on the top of the dish and then turn the whole lot upside down. Now carefully lift up the bowl. Ooh, cute! Now because I used reasonably thick bread, my pudding isn't one big red mess. It's actually got this quite cute sort of raspberry ripple type effect. So I'm going to pour the juice on. Clean up any extraneous blobs of juice with a damp piece of kitchen towel or cloth. Top off with a few berries. Summer pudding takes me back to my childhood. Serve with really thick cream or ice cream. The great thing about summer pudding is the only equipment you need is a bowl, a fridge, a plate and a very heavy cat. Join me next time in Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.